there's a stealth startup founder who's like looking for support.
Okay.
So I've already facilitated like 3 connections just in case get some jobs for folks.
And wait one second.
Yeah.
One, two, 1, 2. Hey, are you ready for the night, guys? Yes, we're about to get started. So, for the ones who are there, please grab a seat. We are about to start. Few minutes. Thank you. C'est bon? All right. So, I believe it's time to kick off the night. We'll just wait for the last one to grab a seat, please. All right, so who is here for the first time? Nice, half of the room. The other one knows who we are, but for the new one, I'm gonna explain who we are. So I'm Alison, and I will be your host tonight. I'm part of the AI user group. The AI user group is a community of professionals that want to be trained, learn, and try the latest AI tools in the market. The idea is to leverage creativity, workflow into your day-to-day work with new practices, best practices, tools. And tonight, we've lined up a group of speakers, and they will introduce their vision and their work. And then we will mingle around pizza. We'll have also an open mic session. It's a 1-minute opportunity for you guys to take the mic and tell something to the community, because above all, AI as a group is a community. And what we want is to learn through each other and be aware of the latest trend in the market. So during this open mic session, you'll be able to ask if you have a product, if you're looking for beta testers, if you're looking for a job, if you're hiring, things like that. So very interesting. Something I want to talk about before kicking off the night, it's the AI User Conference. It's in less than a month from now, and it will be held at Fort Mason. Fort Mason, it's a really great venue. It's very big, and we are expecting about 100 speakers a day. And we have 4 tracks. One is the main stage track with AI leaders from Canva, Miro, Pika, Recraft, OpenArt. Vimmerse is here tonight, Hedra. So a lot of great speakers. And we'll have 3 workshop tracks. So it will be a great opportunity for you to come with your computer and be trained around those tools with very specific use cases. So you can check out online the program. And for you guys, we are offering free tickets. It's actually on Designer Day, but it's fine. So it's a 3-day event. We have 1 day dedicated to marketers, 1 for designers, and 1 for developers. So during the day, you'll be able to see speeches and mingle in the booth area, network, and things like that. If you want to be trained and really enjoy and take the most of it during the day, you should check out this QR code. It will give you access to the workshop tracks. And seriously, if I had time, I would definitely go and offer that for myself, or maybe ask your boss to offer it for you, because you will learn a lot of things. Sounds good. Another thing, here tonight you are at the AI User Group event space. It's our space, and we run a lot of other events. Last week, we did the AI for Good hackathon. It was super fun. And we also just opened our podcast room. It's a very great, neat, high-end technology podcast room. So if you have a project in mind, if you have a podcast idea or something, come talk to us. And we are always looking for speakers, so please, after the talks, let's mingle and let's chat about your project. So, the agenda for tonight. First of all, we'll have Jeremy Jolis, he's the CRO of Aimi, and he will talk about the Aimi journey and how AI is leveraging creativity with this tool. Then it will be Michael Lingelbach from Hedra, founder and CEO, talking about agentic workflows for design and marketing, how to create copilots. And then, finally, we'll finish with Basel Salanieh. He's the founder of Vimmerse, a very great tool to generate video content and do many things. So, and then we'll have the open mic session and the networking. So let's start the night and give a very nice round of applause for our first, oh, I forgot that. We will close around 9, so please keep that in mind. And yeah, give a round of applause to Jeremy Jolis for the first speaker of the night. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you.
How you can incorporate your own music into your own videos and into your own tools and apps. And why is this important for you as engineers? Number one, you're going to learn how to decrease the time it takes to edit music to video. You're also going to learn how to reach your content goals and KPIs faster. And lastly, and most importantly, and something I care a lot about, how to avoid lawsuits when it comes to IP and music. So Aimi is a generative AI music platform. It's creating music similarly to how an artist creates music, from the bottom up. But instead of going into the depths of how the AI creates music, I thought we'd listen to a little bit of it. So Aimi has been around for about 4 years, and we started by creating the Aimi Player, which is a music listening experience similar to a radio station, for example. So I'm going to pop over to our listening experience. We have a few different demo listening experiences. Genres right here. I'm going to play one of my favorites, which is Push. Push is our highest BPM. It comes in about 128 BPM, and it's similar to kind of tech house. And what's cool is when we played this music, it's unique. Each time you press play, it's unique to any different time. So it's generative AI playing this music in real time, depending on what I want to listen to. So I'm going to put on some Push right here. And once I start playing this, you're going to see these little circles start pulsating. And this is what we mean when we say that the music is being built from the bottom up. When an artist creates a song, they don't just create the whole song in one go. They create different paths of the song. And once that is put together, that is the song, the end product. So here we can see what is actually happening within the song in real time. So let's get the energy going and listen to some music. Right now we can see it's just beats and bass going. We saw the FX come in. And when you have generative music like this, you can create whatever you want. If you want more tops, you want faster tops, you want more melody, all of this is doable with generative AI music. Well, this sounds pretty good, and I could listen to it for a while. We still think that music listening experience, there are already a few really good ones. I don't ever think this is going to overtake Spotify, Apple Music, and I don't want to compete there. I have my favorite artist. I know what to listen to. But this, we think, is a really good engine and something we can do more with. So a product that came to mind and made most sense is synced music for video. It's a space that is extremely complex, it costs a lot of money, and it's quite high barriers to entry. You need to know how to edit video, you need to understand the ins and outs of music licensing in order to do that. So what we have done, we've created a tool that we call Aimi Sync that lets designers like you, tools and apps, put this music perfectly edited into video. So why should you use generative AI sound for your video? Few main reasons. The landscape is getting more and more competitive, with 90% of businesses using video right now. But brands that use music in those videos, they saw a 120% increase in awareness. And most recently, with the boom of voiceovers, we've seen a 64% increase in click-through rate with videos that have voiceover, something that was really hard to have a couple of years ago. So let's look at what the tool looks like. So if you pop into Aimi Sync, you can easily upload a video. And once you upload this video into the platform, the AI analyzes every frame second by second. And it tries to understand exactly what's happening in the video, what the tempo is, where the scene breaks are, and what the actual storyline of the ad is. So here I've uploaded a Lacoste ad. It's actually a really nice ad, and they won a few awards for great cinematography. And when this gets uploaded, Aimi takes an initial stab at generating the soundtrack. So for this initial version, we chose chill as the genre. Chill is kind of an industry term. You might have seen it on Sirius XM, but it's more low-key compared to push that we listened to earlier. It's a lot more emotional, a little bit slower. So our AI thought that this would be a good fit for the Lacoste ad. So let's take a listen. So while we might think that this was a fairly good choice, it kind of fit what we were looking for, we can also choose to customize it a bit more. So what we've built in are 4 different layers. You can see them here at the bottom. We can toggle them on and off. The first one is original audio. So if you have someone speaking in your video, you might not want the music to go over that voice. So the music will actually duck under the speaking. We also have vocals. Sometimes vocal can really enhance a storyline, but it could also be quite distracting if the storyline is in the video itself. And lastly, we have voiceover. So here, the AI can either suggest a voiceover and put one in, depending on what it sees, or you can type in your voiceover. So I want this ad, it was a little bit slow, maybe a little boring. I might want to try to increase it with something a little bit higher tempo, and also include vocals to really drive the story. So I'm going to toggle vocals, and I'm going to change from chill to trap. Once I press regenerate here, it will take about 1.5 minutes for this to generate a new version. So for the sake of today, I've already regenerated this version. And within this ad, take a listen to the lyrics and how the AI chose a specific lyrics that would be good for a Lacoste ad and for a fashion brand.
Get ready with me. Get ready with me. Get ready with me. Doors are wide open. I like what I'm scoping. Anything is possible. It's all looking magical. Feeling so unstoppable. Get ready with me. Get ready with me. You got all the style. Yeah, everything is style. One little sensation. You look amazing. Doors are wide open. I like what I'm.
So I think that sounded a lot better, and I'm now ready to use this video. I can simply download it off the platform, and I can use it on my website, I can use it in social media, on TV, and at events. It's an all-media license, and for someone who's worked in licensing in 10 years, this is almost unheard of. All media licenses typically cost up to between $3,000 and $20K for a single catalog song. And here, every single piece of content that you create has an all-media license. And this thing about licensing is extremely important, especially if you're a growing business. On this next slide, I'm going to show you a few examples of organizations that weren't as lucky. So here we have Peloton getting sued, NBA teams getting sued, and Marriott getting sued for unlicensed music. And you might think, well, it's only these huge companies that get sued for music, but that's not really how it works. Everyone can get sued for music, but it typically happens once you've scaled. So once you might be eyeing that exit or working towards that IPO, then the rights holder looks back and what made you get to that point. If you had a really strong marketing effort when you were a startup that led to your growth, but a song you used in your TikTok video was an Ariana Grande song, they're going to sue you for that. I actually saw today that the USC, University of Southern California's athletic team, were getting sued for $30 million for using major label music in their athletics ads. So this is probably some student intern who just added TikTok music, and now the school is, in hot water. But it doesn't just stop with, it doesn't just end with major label music. But AI music is also getting extremely scrutinized right now. So a lot of these AI music platforms, what they do is they train on unlicensed content. They scrape the entire World Wide Web to get as good model as possible to create new music. However, unlike other generative AI models, the license for music is a lot more strict. And it's currently going through the courts, and there's a good chance a couple of years from now, anyone that used music that was created from these unlimited music models will be in hot water and will either be asked to take it down or getting sued for it. And that's why we created Aimi quite differently. So on this next slide, I'm going to show you the model, and I don't want to make it too complicated, so I've really made it as simple as I can so we don't have to spend the whole day talking about music AI. But every single bit and piece you've heard from our music is actually music that we've either licensed, bought, or created ourselves. And all of these pieces we put into a huge sonic vault. So for example, that rap lyrics you heard in that Lacoste ad, that's from a rapper called Stroop that we licensed from Concord Music Group. This means that all the music that goes into our models, we know are safe to use, and we can add that all media license to. These bits and pieces of music is then put into the Aimi script, which is the AI language learning model, and then out comes any type of generative music that you might be wanting or trying to use in a bunch of different genres in a bunch of different ways. So it's a very simplified version, but the idea here is that the music is a lot safer than ones that scrape the entire web. And if you want to use this music yourself, you can either go to the Aimi website to use either the player that I showed in the beginning or the sync tool. And next week, we're also releasing 2 APIs. The Aimi Sync API, if anyone is creating a UGC platform or a video editing tool, and you want your users to be able to use be able to sync the music, that'd be very seamlessly. And we also have the player API. So this is the more radio version that you saw, and this is a really good application for games, fitness platforms, and digital worlds that need music. So we have these 2 APIs. They're ready to go in a week or so. They're free to get API keys and start playing around with. And if you have any questions or want to test it out, feel free to find me afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I see a lot of synergy between the different tools tonight. And maybe some Q&A before you leave. Maybe some people want to ask you some question. Does anyone has a question for Jeremy? Yeah? Awesome.
Awesome. So I'd love to actually add that to our platform as well. So thanks for this question. For the sync API, is it multimodal based? That can take like video as an input, or you still need to describe that in a text and then generate accordingly?
Sorry, one more time?
So is it like based on like multimodal? Does it take like video and then like the audio will be synced with the frames of the video, or that's something in the roadmap?
Yeah, exactly. So it creates text from the video, and then we feed that into our model for music that creates the track to feed into it.
Okay, but if there's actors moving in the video, does it sync where exactly it needs to inject certain effects?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's getting better, but right now it's typically with the scene breaks, and when there's a different tempo in the video, that's when it knows how to change the music.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
One more question. I wonder why Aimi? Where does it come from, the name? Does it have a story?
It's AI Music Initiative.
Okay, very simple. Well, please give a round of applause to Jeremy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeremy. All right, and now it's time to listen to Michael about Hedra. Please give a warm welcome to Michael. Please.
Is it this one? Okay, cool. I do. Thank you. Nope. All right, cool. I'll come back. Did not automatically pop up? Oh, I gotta do the mirror thing. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. This is amazing that we solve all of these cool AI problems and we still can't solve PowerPoints. Okay, wait, no. Oh, I know what the issue is. It's because I have to do full screen, so. I'm just gonna do my full screen. Okay. Okay, great. Hi, everyone, and thanks. Something you're very quickly going to realize is you can definitely tell which slides my chief of staff made, and I added in like 5 minutes before this, so please bear with me. Also, fun fact, when we were signing up to do this talk, we were building in stealth for our next product launch, so I probably should have titled it Hedra Studio and Character 3, but, you know, surprise, that's out. So let me just give you a little bit of background about me and the company. So I grew up as like a theater kid. I was a thespian. It wasn't cool back when I was in high school. Now it's like kind of cool post-Glee, but I always have had this belief that like the most important part of any story was the characters. Like that's the A-roll of the shots. That's what people engage with, and that's what people get attached to. But until now, this has been something that's actually really challenging for AI. Generative video is getting super good. I mean, you're gonna hear from the Pika team. They're doing some amazing stuff. But the hard part has been for me, creating like compelling characters with distinct personalities, distinct ways of talking, of moving, the things that really allow you to get connected to your favorite actor perchance. That's really hard to do in video because video models are really just like clip embeddings turned into generative pixels. But this isn't just a problem that has been interesting to me. It's actually something that's super common amongst content creators. A lot of content creators don't want to get on camera. They don't want to put their real self on there, and it's just impractical to take maybe an animated facsimile of themselves because animating things is super expensive. But at the same time, 70% of consumers note that they're much more likely to connect with brands or creators that are on video. Audio is popular, but most podcasts even nowadays are shifting towards video medium. For people that are really interested in animation, which is a nice solution to one, that's totally out of the reach of most people. It can cost $500,000 in CGI to bring a character to life. So this is a problem that we've been trying to tackle at Hedra. And with our new model, Character 3, we've built the world's best character performance model. What this means is that we've built a video model that can combine conditioning on voice, motion, and emotion that allows you to make these really rich characters, and this is a video, so you'll get to see it, all in one unified model. This is the only model that supports animation across humans, animated characters. We can do talking cats, and works at any angle or framing. I even made a trash can talk the other day. It's actually a pretty funny video that's on Twitter. And we've also built this model to be efficient compared to other models. It can run at cents per minute, which allows it to create long-form content. So you can make hours and hours of podcasts even without cuts. So I'll just show off a little bit what the model can do. Oh no, is the audio not actually work? Okay, maybe this one. Okay.
Introducing Hedra Studio and Character 3.
The most powerful omnimodal Gen AI model in the world.
Featuring full body expression
Emotional control.
and dynamic environments.
From our world
to the next. Tell your story with all of the leading image, audio, and video models at your command.
Your new all-in-one creation platform.
Hedra Studio and Character 3. Available today at hedra.com.
So the cool thing about our model is that unlike avatar models, it doesn't require any input video. You can actually take any image of anything ranging from a 3D animated character to anime. But unlike a video generator that's going to give you like a 5 or 10 second clip, you can drive the performance over time with an audio file, which makes it really easy to take an idea and turn it into a music video, create a speaking podcast. We've seen like tons of cool content over the past week online. The other really exciting thing is this opens up a whole new possibility for creating speaking videos of like these CGI style animated characters, which has been something that's been really hard to do. We've been really excited to be starting to work with these, more content studios that have these mascots, but haven't really had a good way to actually generate them outside of Blender.
2 minutes ago, I was just a PNG, silent, still, just hanging out in the void. But Hedra's Character 3 gave me a voice, brought me to life, and now I can actually be someone. And with Hedra Studio, I'm not just talking, I'm part of a whole scene. Kinda wild how fast you can go from just an image to telling a story.
The model is also really fast. Runs at about 4x real time, so you can generate that clip in like maybe a minute. It also doesn't just work on humanoid characters now. We can make, like I said, pretty much anything animate.
Our companions. You would not believe how these humans use this magnificent fork device to consume the slippery sustenance they call noodles. They spin the pronged contraption repeatedly, entangling the noodles around it until it forms a small, manageable clump. Then, remarkably, They guide this tangled mass into their peculiar face holes with great precision. It appears both inefficient and marvelous at once. Truly, the mysteries of human dining rituals continue to astound.
I thought that was pretty funny. So, I mean, for those who haven't followed generative video for a while, we passed the Will Smith eating spaghetti test a long time ago. But yeah, so one of the exciting things is you can kind of flexibly combine where a lot of people used to think of like avatars and video as being like two separate things, where you maybe use an avatar solution for longer videos and a generative video solution for putting together clips. We've kind of just thrown this into one model to make it much more flexible what you can create. It's pretty fun to use. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of our power users. I do, you know, obviously restyle myself when I put myself into video. But we're launching a feature pretty soon that allows similar subject reference to other systems like Kling Elements to allow you to mix yourself into video, as well as guide your own performance by annotating your underlying emotional state, what you do in the video, and then, of course, you know, change your voice.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. To me, being the gangster was better than being president of the United States. Even before I wandered into that camp stand for an after-school job, I knew I wanted to be a part of them. It was there that I knew that I belonged. To me, it meant being somebody in a neighborhood that was full of nobodies. They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They double parked in front of a hydrant, and nobody ever gave them a ticket. In the summer, when they played cards all night, nobody ever called the cops.
I like doing the long clips because it's something that our model is very uniquely capable of doing. We can actually generate hour-long clips, but it's super expensive for us, so we don't. But it's really fun. You know, you can go in, you can like change yourself into like, you know, some 1940s character. I like making myself into like pop singers. But this has been one of like the big things we've seen like consumer adoption on, is creating these sort of like fun videos for social. But we also see like a lot of consumers starting to use us for UGC. So we've got now like generative podcaster personalities. I'm not sure if you've ever seen NeuralViz on TikTok. He's like he's pretty big now. I think he has like 200,000 YouTube followers. But he's actually started his first video built with our first model we launched last year. So we're super excited to see what he gets to do with this one. But it's really easy, you know, in like 30 seconds, you can have your own podcast.
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So I read something wild today. Did you know that sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift apart? Honestly, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard. And now I'm convinced otters are living their best romantic comedy life out there. Anyway, speaking of adorable but slightly chaotic things, today's stream is going to be exactly that. So buckle up and let's jump right in.
The other thing that I'll also note, which was actually really hard to solve, is pretty much all avatar models, like traditional avatars, not unified diffusion models, have this issue where you have like total eye lock at the camera. And once you see it, it's always like they're peering directly into your soul. So we've done a lot to try to model natural human expressions and human like eye contact. So characters will do darts. If they're reading something, they'll dart down and look at what they're reading. And you can actually affect this with prompting if you want to have someone that's looking at the camera, looks aside. And we've seen a lot of people use this to do really cool things in terms of creative control. We're also introducing a temporal prompting system too, which will allow you to annotate on a timeline what you want the character to do. So if you want someone to get really upset in part of the video, or you want them to just like raise their hands and give a thumbs up at the end, you'll be able to do that on Hedra. Marketing teams are like pretty excited about the ability to create these UGC at scale. I'll talk about this a little bit later when I kind of talk about what I think is next in this space. But one big challenge has been, you know, you can make really cool product shots with generative video. You can even make like good 5 to 10 second clips and apply like a lip sync model, like wave to lip, on top of generative video. But creating something where the character is actually able to like look directly at something while they're like, oh, what does this say, has been kind of hard because they're not really one unified model. So what we've done now is we're allowing you to both insert the character, but also insert the object, and then insert how the character interacts or talks about the object.
Say hello to your hair's new best friend. This luxurious lightweight oil is packed with nourishing ingredients designed to strengthen, hydrate, and add that irresistible shine. Just a few drops tame frizz, repair damage, and leave your hair feeling silky smooth without any greasy residue. Whether you're styling, protecting, or simply giving your locks some extra love, it does it all. Try it today and experience the glow.
So right now, I mean, I personally like the fun alien videos more, but we're starting to see actually a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube create these like virtual marketing channels. And we do think this is like a really exciting market. And there are a lot of really cool companies that are acting as like orchestrators on top of foundation models like us, like Kling, like Vio, to try to put these together in more holistic workflows. Which brings me to something that I think is really interesting, and I just wanted to talk about, apart from just showing what Hedra is currently working on. I think like one big challenge, and probably something that a lot of you have dealt with, is that there's a lot of fragmentation amongst tools right now in Gen AI. And so you have power users who are like really into using Comfy, and that works for a lot of people, but that's not really how I think the technology is going to become mass market adoptable. I think understanding how to get the best out of these models and combine them into something like a video you might have seen on X, it's actually quite hard, and it requires a lot of training in traditional filmmaking almost, like how you choose shots, how you set up subjects, how you choose good lighting. So I think that AI is actually pretty good at these things, and you're starting to see people that get really excited about the possibility of building more of these unified workflow tools. I think the big way that this is starting to penetrate the market now is like these integrative like ads products. So, I mean, it's probably not a surprise if you go search on, if you go search on Google, you're gonna find like 400 pages of AI ad generator. I think it's probably like next to like an AI ad write or like an LLM writing assistant. It's probably like one of the biggest common things you'll see. But there are like a couple standout companies in the space that have really pushed on like integrating avatars, generative videos, product shots, copywriting, you know, title cards. And so you have companies like Captions, Icon, Arcads, InVideo, Creatify. They're starting to act now as model integrators, bundling models like our model, like Runway, like Sora, well, not Sora, it's not available on API, but like Google Vio, into one solution where you can kind of give a high level prompt and then it will turn into an ad. How does this actually work though? And what's like the problem, in my opinion, is that really most of these systems are basically kind of similar to vibe coding assistants, taking Claude and outputting some sort of common format based on objective. So maybe you're giving Claude like a product shot, you're giving access to like an LLM search tool, and that's gonna spit out some type of JSON, which is like a computer readable format. Just saying like, I want this product shot at this time with this object, with this person saying this thing. And then that JSON is then spit out to different model providers like us, like Vio, like Kling, to return video, which is then kind of edited out into a polished experience. I think that there's like a lot of exciting opportunity though, because something that Claude and GPT are tuned for is more like creating like an engaging chat conversation that answers your question, whereas the objective function for something like making a good piece of content is actually quite different. That has a lot more to do with subjective things, like how did you edit your shots? Did the character have a compelling backstory? How did they act? So I think we're entering into a really exciting area where a lot of the techniques that were applied originally to take these untrained GPT models and turn them into these RLHF chat GPT style models, I think that we're coming into an era where this is going to start applying to these agentic workflows for content production. And I think that's a really exciting opportunity for startups because, you know, the base models are out there. VLMs are getting much more mature in the open source community. And I think that there's actually a lot of like human preference data that you can garner by users interacting with products, by users voting on like what they find most engaging. And I'm really excited to see if the community can come together and actually make LLMs that understand human preferences and taste to make better content. So just kind of wrapping up about Hedra, we're on a mission to build the world's best end-to-end storytelling platform around our model. We've just gotten started with this new release. You should go check us out today at hedra.com, although we just released, and I apologize for the queue times. We're working on it. But yeah, come find me. Let me know. I'm happy to hook people up with some promo codes, and also happy to answer any questions after. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was really insightful. And no, stay here. Some people might have some question, please. Who has question? Yeah.
Yeah, this is super awesome. Yeah, I just have quick questions. Like, how long, how much it would cost, like, someone to create like 1 minute videos?
Internal or external?
Probably like internal.
Secret. But
Oh.
external, so we just did
External,
a price drop because we released Character 3E, which is our more efficient version of our model. So for about a minute of video, you're looking at like, I don't know, maybe like 50 to 80 cents, depending on which of our models you use and which resolution.
Okay, I mean, do you guys offer like very high resolution, like 4K or something like?
We're launching 1080p and 4K soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And also, like, another question is like, what about like copyright issues? I'm sure some people may use like, you know, some copyright image to create their own videos, or I create my own stuff.
Yeah.
How's my copyrights get covered by using your tool to create? Yeah.
So we have like a pretty normal like terms of service and privacy policy that's available on our website. You can always opt out to us using any of our data under your data under settings. We don't, but yeah. So in terms of you owning your content, you own your content on our platform. You have the right to publish it. Anything that you generate on our platform, you have commercial use rights. So yeah, and we don't. It's all private by default. So we're not like publicizing or using your content.
Okay, thank you. And do you guys have an API we can use it to?
So we have an API to our old model. We're probably gonna wait till the next model to release our API, but it should be relatively soon. But we are working on another project which we're not announcing yet that we will have an API for soon.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Would you have the Hedra Studio project available for the conference?
Project?
I mean the new product that you just mentioned.
Oh, I mean, you can all go on your phones and check it out right now. Hedra.com.
Okay.
It's live.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and then we give like, I don't know, 400 free credits, so it's enough for you all to make a pretty funny video.
Yeah, that was my next question. How do we register? How do we subscribe?
Oh, it's like super easy. You just go Hedra.com, hit login, and like I guarantee you, I can have you making a funny video in like a minute.
Awesome. Well, maybe we'll have a contest at the
Pro tip,
conference.
if you get Udio also, which is our Portco, you should definitely like try making an Udio song, upload yourself, and make yourself sing it. That's always like a pretty good first experience.
Okay, maybe we'll create a content around that. Any other question? Yay.
Great job. I really enjoyed the presentation. Just a quick question about latency. What are tips or techniques or things that people should look for to reduce that in the synchronization?
Any latency you probably saw was probably due to the like desynchronization with the like HDMI and speaker thing. I think people are usually extremely happy with our synchronization. I mean, I do get the occasional email, but I don't think that's really something that you can control so much as like a property of the model. There's definitely like some large distribution of images that work well, and then like I do get the occasional person that sends me like a sock puppet and is like, your model sucks. But then I actually get people that send me a sock puppet and are like, wow, that was amazing. So your mileage may vary depending on how creative you get, but we actually think, I saw someone make a talking meatball today on X, so you'd be surprised what works.
Thank you.
Hi. I wanted to see how many languages you support and how does the model works with, like if you create a content in English, can you just immediately use the same content and translate it like in multiple languages?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. So technically we support any language because the model kind of operates directly over the like audio data, not like text description of what the character is saying. So you can upload anything. I think there's some very complicated languages with like clicks and whatnot. That's probably not going to work super well. I will say like, yeah, we work with 11 Labs very closely. Like we partner with them on a lot of things. So there's only, I think, something like 32 languages supported through that platform. But you can always upload a different language that isn't supported or use another audio model. We are vendoring like pretty much all the audio models this week, so you can try them all out and see which one works best for you. formerly had 11 in Cartesia, but we're adding like Hume, Wallow, Minimax, and a couple others. And some models do perform well, especially like East Asian languages. We find like the Minimax model works really, really well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You'll see Michael at the conference, and maybe he'll run a workshop for us as well. So let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And now let's welcome Basel to the stage, founder of Vimmerse. He will demo, I believe.
Are we connected? Okay. Hey everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end. And Michael and Jeremy did a great job for me. I don't have to emphasize on how important the videos are, right? So now you know. And I want to speak more about what we're doing on Vimmerse. By show of hands, just curious, like how many of you are familiar with Vimmerse? If you can just raise your hand if you heard of it. Okay, see a few people, that's good. So hopefully by the end of the talks, you guys will join us on the platform and start like make engaging videos. So we have, let's start with this like teaser. So just to get you an idea what you can do on Vimmerse. So hopefully that's got you excited. So about Vimmerse, so we basically have a solution that's turning like static images, story ideas to more engaging videos, being used a lot by designers, marketers, and definitely for also storytelling. That's available through a number of channels, whether like you come to our website, upload your own images and make your own creations. We also have apps available on Adobe Express, Shopify, on Canva, and it's all connected with the same credit system. So if you're purchasing like credits, you can use those on any Vimmerse apps anywhere. So that's make it simpler. And we also have a very powerful API that can seamlessly integrate to your own pipeline and has like some advanced capabilities. Batch processing is just one of them. As an added value for what you're running here, it's really an all-in-one platform. So we integrate with a lot of like from best AI models, like from top providers. You can use it like for creating and editing AI images and videos. We're adding more audio capabilities as well. And you can definitely customize the workflow, integrate your own pipeline via the API. And there's also, you can streamline your own production with the batch and story features, for instance. So here's like just like subsets of like the tools available on Vimmerse. We continue to grow and add more when it makes sense. And you can see all these like big names, so you're not really limited to one particular tool. You can always, like, depending on your scenario, some of those like would work maybe trained better like for your own content as opposed to other. It's very easy like to try them and see what works best for you. So as images, like for editing capabilities, you have all these like basic ones. Like, so you definitely can do like text to image. You can your prompt. You can make like a lot of like interesting branding images. You can also upload an image with your prompt and turn it to something else or do little edits on that. There's capabilities like to recolor objects or like replace objects or restyle as well from your own image and with simple prompts. And you can do like a virtual try-on as well. You can do remove text from your own contents. That's kind of like useful. You can expand, change like aspect ratio. You can replace your background. All these like basic or popular needs. But something I'm really proud of, like we're working internally at the team. This is coming very soon. I'm just like giving you a teaser here. We're adding this like image elements capability that you can combine multiple images to make your own final version. So you can see, for instance, here, like if you want to combine like multiple people together and prompt it like to be in different backgrounds, so you can do that. You can take like also your object with a cap or shoe or something and put it like somewhere else. And you can obviously, like if you have your own family photo, you can choose to swap like any person in there. So yeah. And so this is like something coming very soon, and then you can take these on images and then to the next level by making interesting videos. So regarding the motions, so we have like mainly two types. Like you have the AI motions and there's parallax motions. So the AI motions, you can select your own AI tools like Kling, Runway, so Luma. It's all like available, their latest models. And there's also the parallax motion where you can actually, it's kind of like still scene, and then you're moving your camera around in 3D, and it's real 3D. And then you can just decide like what works best for you. A popular kind of like tool that's a lot of like retail stores actually use it. It's try-on, right? So virtual try-on. So people are trying their own like clothing and with different models, and they run it on social media or on their like website, and it's actually boosting their sales. Like that's good to hear. So some examples. Wow. So you can do a lot of like fun things and then showcase like your own items. It's just like, and this is like really, so you can control the motion. You can generate like either image or video with that. Another interesting capability we have is like multi-keyframe transitions. This is, for instance, like you can use it like for marketing. This is like a literally listing like from on Amazon, and then we just grab like few images from that listing, and you always have these like multiple shots, like different angles or different like sets or poses, and then we just put them in a sequence and then just like generate like a video with that. It took 5 minutes, and then we had this one. It's ready to go. Okay. So it's so simple, so useful, and then you can you can use it like for your own like marketing or even like for storytelling. If you have like certain keyframes you want like the AI to hit on those, that's something like very handy, and you can do as many as you want. So stories, it's also something coming. I'm going to show an actual story demo just to show you how you can do, but this is like example.
Where the spark, the coat, the fire, dancing on the wire. AI spins the tale anew, but who's the artist, me or you? It's us that's spinning this wild machine. Lines blur and twist in the unseen.
So this was done like here in San Francisco with in group like AI filmmaking events, and then so work with the other groups like to produce something similar. Another example, actually, you can also drop your own images and show it like for events highlights. So that's also like popular, or people are being using those. Everything you see here, it just like started from still photos, and then you can prompt it to add like any effects you want. So it's all still photos, and then you can up-level them like and make magic with that. So this is, I'm going to switch now to the demo part, but you guys feel free to scan the code. It has like 200 credits in it. You can also like sign up and use it like as you love. But we're adding all these like capabilities like the text, audio, images, video. And then we're trying to streamline the way that you create like these ads on or creations on Vimmerse. So let's go and switch now. We stop this, and then there we go. Is it coming? Here we go. Okay. So this is when you sign up, like log into Vimmerse. Okay. So I'm showing you like here's some examples like created like on Vimmerse. You can do like a lot of like different categories, like whether like AI motions, patches, all these like creations, for instance, like single photo or like group of photos, and then animate those as you like. So you can see it works like a wide range of motions. I really like this kind of like drone shot as well. That's like one, if you want to see just like how it got generated. So you can see like this is the input, just like top kind of like thing, and then you can say like I want this to do the camera moving seamlessly like from the top to the side, and then like it create like these kind of like videos for you. So all these like other examples you can also create it like in the same way, and you can see like plenty like so people are using it for a wide range of applications. Well, if there's also, if you go to the developer, there's a prompt guide here, and this prompt guide, I really recommend you to go through that as you're trying this. There are a lot of like tools here integrated, and then you can just like select any of those, see how exactly you can use like inside your prompts, like from the lighting, from the settings, from the background, or camera motions. And then you can see like there's like text to video examples. There's also image to video examples, and you can just like swap and create like with this. This is one image, and then you can just like make them like a hug or animated. And obviously like these are very powerful models, and you can do like a lot of things, and you can have like some cinematic like keyworded like for the camera motions to animate with that. And you can describe like really complex motions, like so. Some tools also works very well for animations, like for if you want to make like relaxing videos or like things with that. When you first sign up on Vimmerse, you'll end up like this kind of like interface, and then like from the left here you see like all this like AI image tools. Obviously, like if you start like from the first one, this is like just like text to image, and then you can obviously like have like this Flux, Pro Ultra, Stable Diffusion, Leonardo. You can control like the quantity, you can control the aspect ratio, generate like multiple of these at a time. So Reimagine also you can create like anything, and you can grab it like so. As you are creating with these, like let's start from here. So maybe if you don't have anything in mind, so you can just like click inspire me, or let's actually do it quickly. Let's say like tourists in San Francisco. Okay, and there's this little. So there's this. Inspire me, basically it will take your own prompt and add all these like interesting details to make like better images for you. So you can see right now, so we have this like bustling scene like in San Francisco, showcasing diverse group of people, of tourists, like with the different like landmarks. I want to create like, for instance, like 3 shots of that with this aspect ratio, and then just like animate. Or sorry, this is like you're just still creating the images, and then you can get like something like powerful that you use it like later on. So if you want to add like certain keywords like photorealistics or others, like it will give you also like decent shots with those. But you can do replace background, you can upscale or change image or replace any objects you have. For the try-on, something also you can use it from here, so you can upload your own human image and a clothing. Show you like maybe like some example for the sake of time here. This is, for instance, was generated like from the try-on. That's my input here. So just like you have the human model and then just upper or lower item, and then you can create like either an image or a video with that. And this is basically the output from that input. So you can see like it's quite interesting. And you can do works. This is like model works up mainly for like clothing, dresses or t-shirts or pants, alike. But you can do also. We have another tool here. If you go, it's called like character animate, and this is basically has like the subject reference. That's actually Michael was talking about. So you see, for instance, like I can go here. This is, for instance, like an image, and then I want to see like I want like this man like to be performing and dancing in the middle of like Times Square. So you can define like the number of scenes. You can control like the video length up to 10 seconds. You can add like sound effects if you want, and then like create like something like this one here for the same like guy performing over there, right? I also, since we have like these capabilities, I took advantage and then I made myself also traveling to New York. So you can see also myself like here on the, right? So that was like just to show you the input, this is here. That's my photo, just like profile photo. And then when you see here, like you get like also different versions, like, so this is like another one. And then you can describe like really, I want like old hat with a trench coat, like old style, like from the 1930s. It did this kind of like generations. Right, so this is quite powerful, and you can do a lot of things with that. But our main like tool that's very popular, this is the AI motion here. So you can also upload like your first frame, last frame. You can do like prompting, and you can select like the tools. If I open here just like lists, so you can see like all these like well-known like tools, and you can just like select anyone to animate with. So other beside these AI motions, there's also and by the way, like anything like you create, we have this like assets feature. So if I click on this one here, I can go directly and grab like from any app you created from. I can just like go and grab like the output from this, use it like in another app. So it's very seamless like integrations, and you can see different things here, and you can just like pick and animate as you like. Yeah. So let's move here, and then let me go back to my content. So let's start to make something more interesting, or multiple images. All of these like creations, by the way. So I'm going to touch now on the AI production part. Let's start with the batch. This is like remember the laptop like demo I showed you, multiple like frames, you just put them like in a sequence. This is, you can basically do it like from here. For the sake of this demo, just show you. So I'll grab like a few few restaurants like images here, and then just put them here. So this is like grab it as an input. You can control the order of those if you want. For instance, any order. You can also have a general prompt on all of this. Let's say like I want to have like flames and smoke. So I'm not sure. Flames and smoke coming from the meat dish. So just like general like prompt. And this is like if you want to, you can apply this prompt on all your images here. So it's if you have like a lot of like assets, your entire catalog, and you want to do the same kind of like motion or stuff like that, so you can do this. You can control the quantity. You have the same control as you have like with the AI motion. So you have like all them. You can pick like the tools. You can control the length, aspect ratio. If you're uploading like different images with different aspect ratio, for instance, it will be good to put them all like on the same one if you want like to combine in the final video. And then obviously you can turn on sound effects. But one of the interesting things here is called like transition. This one here by default off. You can basically, which means each of these images will be animated separately. But if you turn it on, will be starting from the first image to the second image to the third image, third to fourth, and then it will be all connected as a one story. So I'll do like both versions here. So if you click on submit, obviously like depending on the tool you use, like it might charge you like different number of credits. But I did the submission now, so it's let's see if it's hopefully it's going to work. And then it's sending this to the server. And the beauty about it, like everything run in parallel. So within like a couple minutes, you'll see back like these videos are done. And then you can just like animate with this. Whoa, it's moving in a fast way. But in the meanwhile, let me show you like another, like remember there's this transition, there's two types of the transition. So I already made like just like a few minutes back the same input with the transition on. So you can see like all of this like generated like, and then these like, let me start from the beginning. So you start like from one image here, and then it's transitioned to the next like dish, and then you keep going. Now you guys are hungry, right? So, oh yeah, I'm preparing for the pizza, right? So this is here, like you can see like the transitions. And then you can also add like effects as you like with this. So, and you can control really the camera, the motions, the range. And this is just like, this is unedited. This is just like I run and I get like this results. If you do, let's say like you don't like any of those ones here, so I can just basically click on edit. I can go back here. I can see like my input images. I can improve my prompt, select like different tools. Sometimes if you feel like you're stuck with a particular tool, you can just like swap it and try with those. And then like reanimate. So it will give you like another version. So that's here. And then maybe, and by the way, like if you click on Inspire Me here, it will actually read your image and then try to have something descriptive from your image. So that is like, says like there's a plate with the food and meat like on with vegetable on. So just like describe it, and then you can refine. You can say what kind of like motions you want to have in it. Oh, okay. So this one here is already done. We generated all of these right now. So it's, let's see the final video. It's actually still being composed right now. But you can see like these like individual videos, and each of these like you can actually download them as you like. And then you can prompt it like you said, like remember that our prompt was like show some flames and smoke. So it's behaving now, it's burning it. Where you can get like these kind of like thing, and then you can add your own like soundtrack as well. Hopefully we can get like some interesting tools also from other platforms. But you get an idea like what's possible. So you can download all. Each of these like generations, you can get it as MP4 or GIF, and then you can share like public links with others. So now let's go to the story. So this is where actually something gets even more interesting. Let's get something useful. So what do you guys have in mind? So let's say I want like a treasure. So what I'm doing here. Hunters and digging for gold in ancient city. So it's just like start from this, and then let's say like I want to make like this kind of like number of scenes, and then I want so you can define like your own like idea line. So you can be descriptive if you want like to tell it like I want like to hit on this kind of like start from this scene to this scene to this scene. So you can be more details, or be lazy as I'm doing right now, and then it will give you something like automated for you. The storyboard here, you have like the characters already defined, and then you can see like the different characters like Eva and Liam. So here, so you have the description of each character. You have the scene settings, like the background, or what exactly the objects also they are using in this. And then you can see like the different scenes defined down there. And if you see like with these like scenes, there's coded words. For instance, like it's going to look for Eva and then like go and grab like its description from here. And that's like very useful when you want to have consistent characters across like different scenes. So because you're grabbing the same description, using the same AI tool, the same seed. So this is how we can improve with your storytelling experience. You can select like what images you want to generate, what kind of like aspect ratios you want. Let's do like 3x4, and then like let's generate with this. So it takes like just like few seconds, and then you get your list of images. And you have the option also, you can edit, okay, we got this. So you can see like, for instance, like the little icons here. So you can, if you want like to swap or change anything like from the scene here, from the assets, or if you want to regenerate this one here, you can click on that, and then it will give you like something, another version. Or if you want like to just keep as is, and then it will generate. So this one here, it just like give thing here. So if I want like to go back like to the old generated one, I can just grab like the older version from here, right? So this is you can so you have full control over it. You can also upload like from your own local if you have like your own product images. I'm making ads for that. So you can set like also the transition here. You can select your tool, create like generate, and then it should create like your own audio, which is resisting now. Oops. Oh yeah, it won't let me. Maybe there's some internet thing, but you can see here, like for instance, like these are like previous like generations. So you can see like for instance like here different stories. I can make like this like little ads as well. This one here, for instance, like created for a guy thirsty, like walking in the market and then looking for something to drink. And then you can generate like these kind of like videos easily in a minute. Okay, and then because I have the transition feature on, so that's why it started to change a little bit. But you can see that at least like the facial expressions, the characters kind of like more consistent. And it's AI, so you don't need to open the cap, right? So you can drink through the cap. So yeah, so you can. But this is just like very quick, and obviously like you can do a better job if you can iterate and generate with these, right? So these are like just to give you an idea of what's the capabilities there. We continue to grow, and I think hopefully like we can also add things like voice over IP, voice over, and some musics as well to generate. I think like one of the features, I think we already have something generated. You have this guy, for instance, dancing, and there's this is generated with sound effects. It's automated all. You just provide an input image, and then it will do this. It's all generated with AI. Even it's aligning with the frames as well, and then you can just like animate it. So I think that's it for now. So I'll bring back like this for you. So if you guys got interested, so please go ahead and scan the code. You get the extra credits, and yeah, you start like making engaging videos. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Basel. It was great. So many features, like a game changer. I have a question. Like, if I am a company and I want to do AI generated video, but I want to ensure that my guidelines and my logos and all the branding is respected, is it something easy to do?
This is a very good question. This is why, like, so you have also the options with all these like image editing tools, like to stick like there's this creativity strength that you can control if you want to, how far you want to stick to your own like colors or brands, or do you want to be more like on the creative side, or be open for more options?
Okay, so if we already have the vision, we can.
But something to mention though, like, so AI until today, like all these like advancements, but they are still struggling with text. So if you have like small text, good luck to you. So, but hopefully, like maybe like in a few months, like so we can do that. For now, like that's why like we have the tool. Like you can remove text, you can animate, and then you can overlay text afterwards. So that would be easy solution.
Yes, very convenient. Well, thank you so much. Looking forward to testing it and create my own video, traveling in time. Any question in the room? No question? All right. Oh, one question.
Hi there. Thanks for the great presentation. I noticed that you had Adobe Express and Canva and a few others up there. So the integrations that with those platforms, I'm just curious, what is your thinking about how you want to, I mean, I imagine you want to let people just bring content in, and so it's more of a content in from your platform, but do you have any other type of more interactive or kind of back and forth type of ideas?
Any creations you do like on Canva and Adobe, you also can see it on the website. It will be shared content as long as you're accessing from the same email. So it's all linked together. And then you can use also all these other apps to enhance. You can then like take this and upload it to Canva and then continue with any like text kind of like editing tools.
But would it allow content from those platforms to feed into your platform?
So not yet, but it's something we can consider if there's a need.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. One more question. Like, which industries are benefiting the most Vimmerse for you?
I've seen a lot of like marketers. Actually, they do a lot of like products, kind of like ads, or sometimes like people do for their own like family events, graduation or birthday or things. But also storytelling popular. I've seen like many people making like kids stories with these tools and then just like animate. So we'll see like depending how people like react to those, what kind of like they need. I think like one of the things was requested, kind of like having lip sync tool. So I'm looking for someone here that was showing that earlier. So
great.
So we can add like hopefully more capabilities as well here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much, Basel. It was great listening to you.
Guys. Yeah, please try it out and let me know.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you. All right, it's time for the open mic session. And I have a few slides. Thank you. All right. You want to share your computer? Or no, it's right here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can use this if you want.
Yeah, I think I would need this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or you can use this.
Oh, okay. Hello. Thank you for organizing such an inspiring event. My name is SG, and I have a question for you. How many of you have tried any AI tools for building websites or prototypes? Okay. And how many of you shipped actually something from this exploration? One? Okay. Cool. So I'm here from Mode Inspect. We're trying to bridge that gap. It allows you to design, prototype on your existing code base and actually eliminate handoff at all. Today we are launching closed beta, and you can sign up for demo if you would like, or you can just meet us in the back. We have some merch and shirts for you. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. Anyone else want to take the mic? It's a good opportunity to announce something. If you are getting married, if you, I don't know, if you want to be part of a new project, if you're looking for a job, anything. Yeah? Come.
Thank you. This was a great event. My name is Matt Morellis. I'm an AI researcher and startup founder. I am working on probably the beginning of my next thing, and I'm really interested in meeting what I call AI native designers, and any designers who are interested in what I call probabilistic interface design. The way that we design interfaces today historically is deterministic, if, then, that. But with AI, we have these probabilistic models that are that we don't know what they're going to do. And I really believe that we can design new kinds of interfaces that adapt to the situation and the story and are more dynamic and rich. And so I've been thinking a lot about this concept of designing systems where you don't exactly know what's going to happen, and what I call probabilistic interface design. So if there's anybody out there who's interested in this, thinking about this, talk to me. I've been in AI for a very long time. Yeah, I'm just looking to meet people. And if you want to know more about me, I have a Substack. It's accelerateordie.com. My name is Matt Morellis. Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to talking with you. All right, well, I think it's time to wrap up. The pizza are coming up right now, so bear with us. And yes, again, think about the conference, because it will be a very interesting event in less than a month. So if you haven't taken a picture, please do so. And yeah, it's time to network and eat a piece of pizza. Have a good evening, and thank you so much for joining. And let's be in touch. Thank you.